Aquarius? It's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general. Let me just at it again with the general tarot reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for 2022. Happy Gregorian New Year. Be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm actually ahead of the game. I attribute some of this to your energy. Patreon gets everything first. Patreon.com/justjeverything. For daily content, check out my Instagram, justj_everything, or TikTok. TikTok is at justjeverything. And for other dope shit that I do, customized herbal self-care products, bath soaks, body scrubs, things of that nature. My website, justjeverything.com. Now, Aquarius, Uranus is direct. Like Saturn's in your sign, direct. Uranus is now direct. And it's a fucking free-for-all. It's lawless. It's low-key like living in Florida out this bitch. That's how I want you to just prepare. And that's what we were doing in Capricorn season, was preparing. So I feel like hopefully you've prepared for the awakening, the revolution, the internal awakening, the internal revolution that's really going to initiate within you. And so you are leading the processional of thought. It's definitely time to let your thoughts light up. Let your dreams, let your ideas really light your life up. Speaking of stuttering, Mercury is going to be retrograde in your sign. So there is this winging it, this willingness to wing it, really willingness to innovate, to dream bigger, to take it there. But also having some semblance of a conscious, I feel like that's a thing that needs to happen, being able check your morals, see how they're evolving. Are your morals and values evolving in such a way that feels beneficial or healthy to you? Really being real about that. I really wanted to raw dog it and give you no notes, but it's I will tell you this. So I'm not gonna go in detail. I'll just tell you the things to pay attention to. For everybody in your season, hydrate first. Light it if you got it. I don't really feel like rolling, but anyway. January 24th, Mars goes into Capricorn, where it is exalted, and it's your ambition, your drive, your physical energy being at its highest. It's that channel, your ability to tap into those things are at its peak. And so there is this propulsion forward, this speed that takes place. On the 29th, Venus finally goes direct in Capricorn. And so another propulsion forward, progress. On February 1st, there is the new moon in Aquarius, new moon in your sign. So I feel like there is this clearing out of your emotional sector, clearing out what your hopes, your wishes, your desires have been, really being willing to evaluate what's going on in your friend group, if there's any evolution that needs to take place, if there's any purging that needs to take place. There are new seeds to plant, and it's I feel like this is a darkness that needs to take place, a purposeful darkness that week of the new moon for you guys, before the dawn, there is this need to allow yourself to the isolation, or the solitude, not the isolation, honestly. Allow yourself the healthy solitude, But some of you, it's like if you don't give yourself that solitude, it's going to turn to isolation, where it's like this forced thing, and you cut off or shut down. So really, like, stay aligned. Do what you can to really stay connected to your internal GPS system. Just say that. On February 3rd, Mercury will be going direct in Capricorn. On the 14th, it comes back into your sign, and I do feel like that is a great time to really start acting on some of the ideas that you've had. It's like, it's okay to take these ideas to the next level. Whatever you've started or whatever you've been dreaming up, action will be required, and you've been thinking about it long enough. And so there may be some sort of technology that comes out that is going to be beneficial to you, or you make it. If what you need isn't available to you, make it, Aquarius. You can do that. You know that you can do it. And so there is something about the audacity to like learn more, to explore, to like do something different, to do it a different way, to rebel, to resist, to really, burn down the fucking patriarchy. I don't know. However it is for you. On February 16th, we have the full moon in Leo across from you. And so there is this release in regards to something that's been going on in your subconscious mind. I feel like there's a release in regards to your emotional maturity, your willingness to be seen, your willingness to let your freak flag fly, understanding that's the only way you're going to find your real people. You know, when you shed that fear, that ego, that pride, or any of that, I feel like there is this leaning into authenticity that's going to like explode joy and romance and happiness into your heart. So just be your whole self. And for some of you, being your whole self means I don't need to be in a relationship right now. And that just came through for some of you, but that's not everyone. So there is just this honesty that is going to be required of you, because especially around February 16th with that full moon in Leo, there is just authenticity required. So light it if you got it, hydrate. I don't know why I already feel paranoid, need to check the fucking camera, but we're good. Uranus is direct. So expect the unexpected, baby. Expect the unexpected. Empty your lungs. And take a deep breath when you're ready. Because we're asking for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For Aquarius season 2022. I feel like your ability to concentrate is finally back. Maybe really being able to focus on something. Finally really being able to relax. Really being able to settle in. It's the most comfortable I felt in your energy in a long time. The first card being the Emperor. So, first card out on the Selenite throne. First thing to be clarified on the Selenite throne is your connection to your masculinity. Maybe connection to fatherhood, connection to your father. But before you go comparing yourself or letting yourself be truly inspired by anybody, Aquarius, it's really important that you dive into the Aries qualities of self-motivating, allowing yourself to do some emotional inventory and really thinking back on your relationship to your father, your relationship to masculine energy, your relationship to men, how your relationship to authority. Do you want to work for yourself? Are you ready to, can you self-motivate? Do you know who you are? Are you showing up in your life at full capacity? It's interesting that I brought up Mars in Capricorn because this is Mars. And so there may be somebody with Aries, Scorpio, Sagittarius, or Capricorn placements that is coming in to really like help you be done with any kind of victim version of yourself or any kind of like really painful cycle. I feel like some of you, there's been a lot of self-denial, a lot of betrayals or lies that have been told or secrets kept, or if it's not you, flip it. There's just a lot of mental anguish that I feel like is really wanting to end. There could be a lot of negative self-talk. Some of you may feel like you failed at something, or there may be something that is over or is ending or has just been very painful. And I feel like some of you have had the opportunity to really rise up from the ashes and like transmute this pain into power. And now all of a sudden, like, you've got a very entrepreneurial spirit, or you're feeling, let it be entrepreneurial. Don't let it be like, oh, I'm turning into like, I'm going to assert myself and be really aggressive and, you know, like, don't become a tyrant. Don't become, like, that's not necessary. Being very controlling or dominant is just very unnecessary. And if that is some sort of behavior that you're noticing or noticing about people around you, dead that shit. Like, anybody that wants to be, especially if there's any kind of like gaslighting or narcissistic tendencies or anything like that, understand if you're drawing in, if you're, okay, this is gonna hurt. I'm sorry, I love you. But if you keep saying, oh, like, if you keep finding that you, I don't even want to say this, sorry, but I have to. It's like, if you keep noticing that you're attracting in people that you would consider narcissistic, I need you to know that that's just a reflection of a part of you. If you are attracting in consistently like narcissistic people, they are coming into your life to reflect the narcissistic tendencies within you. And so before you go pointing any fingers, understand that there are, you know, a few pointing back at you as well. I love you. Don't be mad at me. But Ten of Swords coming out says that there is, I feel like there's a new foundation that wants to be laid upon the rubble of these old beliefs, these old mindsets, like all this negative self-talk, maybe any kind of legal issues. I feel like it's time to like start anew, time to rebuild, time to really like stop. Yeah, nice. 10 of Swords to the 6 of Wands. Public success and recognition being in the center of the reading. Just make sure that you're not living for recognition, or that you're not only validated by external sources of validation, Aquarius. I do feel like there is some sort of ending or issue with anger. Maybe one of your children is angry. Maybe you are angry. Maybe you've been in an abusive relationship. Maybe you've been the victim. Maybe you've been the abuser. Either way, I feel like someone needs to end this, or someone did end this and is moving forward. And it's really important for you to not chase anything, you to let yourself look inward. It's time to look inward and reflect. And that's what Mercury retrograde in your sign is going to force you to do. It's going to force you to really acknowledge a whole bunch of a whole heap of patterns, behaviors, thought processes, maybe even like affirmations or words that you're saying that you need to stop saying. Some of you are just like, even as something as simple, and I even struggle with this too, like saying, oh my God, I'm dead. Like, stop saying that. Or I'm broke, or any of that. Like, I don't even like saying, like, I haven't said that in years, but it's just like, for teaching purposes, I'm saying this, so that you will understand that life and death are in the power of your fucking mouth and your tongue and in your voice. And your voice is a vibration. Everything is a vibration. You're setting future vibrations in motion with the words that you speak. So it would behoove you to speak some empowerment over yourself and over your life and over your mind and over your situation, over your children, over your goals. Speak empowerment, speak life over the things that you want. Allow yourself to stop fearing getting taken advantage of or hurt again, and allow yourself, what happens if you fly? You know, what if you don't fall and get hurt again? What happens if things go well? I do feel like there is something about like a need to end things amicably, or a need to like move forward amicably, a need to allow yourself to be seen. Some of you, it's like you want to be seen, or you want new friends, or you want new family, and you've got to be willing to like get social, babe. I'm sorry. I know it's winter and you just want to like sit inside and watch Harry Potter all day. I do too, I promise. But we have to interact. You have to like get out. It's time to like let yourself get social. Let your physical, spiritual, and sexual energy get in motion. But no, you don't need to harness. You can use your sexual energy for more than just sex. Know that about yourself. So, take a deep breath. Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising for Aquarius season 2022. It's feeling light though. It's feeling like, okay, like acceptance. 10 of Swords means like you've gone through some dark night of the soul, and I feel like it's a time where you are really ushering some new level of mastery for yourself, doing better for yourself, because when you know better, you do. When you know better, you do better. When you know better, you do better. I hope you can see that. Yeah, 3 of Swords reversed at the bottom of the deck. I feel like there's just an old, painful thing that either some of you are finally putting down, or you're finally reaching for the tools to fix this. And I feel like the tools aren't in other people. The tools are in you. Or the tools are in information. The tools may be in a therapist. That's the only other person I'll say that you're allowed to, rely on. All right, High Priestess. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of internal time that's needed. There's a lot of like realigning with your internal GPS system, realigning with your intuition, not leaning so much on logic, really having a healthier balance between your intuition and reason. There may be a successful business venture or a successful processional or progress forward with someone with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio placements, specifically Cancer. I do feel like there is like getting over the hump for some of you, or 2 of Cups reversed on the bottom of the deck. Maybe this is like finally a healthy breakup, or maybe it's like you are at a new cycle of loving yourself and really wanting to prioritize yourself in a different way. And it's interesting because all the cards out are singular. There aren't any couples in them. And so this feels like a very spiritual time. There's definitely maybe someone with Aries or Scorpio placements that I feel like is very impactful. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements I feel like are very impactful people in your life right now. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, maybe there may be some tension there, or some metamorphosis of some sort that needs to take place with the Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. I do feel like there are very successful business ventures when it comes to those of you who are pursuing spirituality or pursuing something that empowers women or helps the divine feminine in some sort of way. I do feel like it it would be very beneficial for you to do whatever you need to do to get comfortable being seen, or to get comfortable being in your skin. For some of you, that means you're needing to work out. Some of you, you're needing to like harness your physical energy more consistently so that you can have like create some physical exertion that is consistent. And it's as simple as like your caloric input being anyway, I'm not a dietitian. All of you is going to be different. So it's going to be different for you, but it is very simple. If you want to shed some pounds from the holidays, I understand, I'm right there with you. You've got to move your body. And you've got to allow yourself to exert some physical energy. So do that. Final card, final message for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Four of Cups. Nice. With the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I do feel like there is this, like you really focus on establishing who you are and how you're showing up in your life. And if there are people who have some sort of domination or too much power over you, you figure that out and you can really start to shift what you manifest and materialize in your physical realm. It's like you figure out who you are, I am, and then you can start to really focus on what you have, Taurus. There is, I feel like shifts in commitment. This could be, Mercury's going to be retrograde here, so I do feel like in your sign. So they're right next to, with Saturn is there too, and so there could be some miscommunications, and you're really needing to slow down and reflect on if you're selling yourself the right way, if you're pairing yourself the right way. Are you communicating or expressing yourself from a place of pain or joy or fear or anxiety? There are, last card being out, I feel like the closer we get to Pisces season, Aquarius, things are going to get really like sensitive for you. I feel like there is this heightening, like intensification in regards to like your spirituality. It's important though, I feel like when the success comes, or whenever like, because I feel like if you put in a lot of effort into something, you will be celebrated. People will notice it. It will be successful. And you're needing to be humble about that. But also, I feel like it's important that some things are business and some things are personal. If there's something coming through this, for your birthday season. Also, I'm the worst. I didn't even say happy birthday. Oh my God, Aquarius, happy birthday, babe. Happy birthday. Anyway, I feel like there could be things that come up that are going to test your faith. You're the Star card. That is absolutely like optimism, your ability to dream bigger, your ability to conceive that anything is possible. And so there's something that you're needing to really manifest in the spiritual first. You're needing to manifest this in the spirit. You're needing to really get detailed and specific with the divine about what it is that you want. If something feels like a secret or if something feels off, it is. But you spending more time in the spirit is going to help you acquaint yourself with your intuition so that you won't spend as much time going back and forth vacillating or in uncertainty. If the more you meditate, the more time you spend with yourself, you'll be able to answer these questions. Because I'm telling you now, all of this wave of tarot that has like happened, in the last like decade, like these wave of oracles and healers that have come up, they're about to be inaccessible. Because like we're all here teaching you guys how to get these messages for yourself, and whether you choose to like get the memo and do your work, that's between you and the God of your understanding. But we're not all going to be here keeping doing this. This isn't always going to be a thing. We are imparting our gifts and these skills into you so that you can do this and you can discern for yourself. Because I do feel like there is this shift in your connection to your spirituality. Could be, I feel like, also an understanding of how you may have been cold. Some of you may be like, damn, I was cold, or I should have been warmer, I should have said this. What's that Maxwell song? Should be crying, but I just can't let it go. That one. All the things we should have done, or all the things I should have said that I never said, all the things I should have done that I never did. All the things. Anyway, I think that's A Woman's Worth. A Woman's Worth by Maxwell, I think. Anyway, Aquarius. Whatever it is that you're trying to manifest in the physical, in your physical life, whatever it is that you're wanting to bring in, whatever you need to let go of, you're responsible for dreaming it up and getting specific with the divine, because you really have the ability to offer draw in some offers. Venus is going to be in your sign in March, and so you better and Venus attracts. Oh, look at this. Venus, the Hierophant, Taurus, Venus, Libra also. So Venus comes into your sign and Venus attracts. Venus is going to be attracting whatever you have been thinking about most and talking about most. So, and feeling about most. So you've got to figure out what's going on with the feeling. You've got to forgive yourself for the times that you haven't felt, the times that you stayed out of loyalty or whatever happened with the marriage, whatever happened with the relationship, whatever rude shit you said or warm shit you didn't say. There is a need to, what's done is done. That version of you can be put to rest. You can acquire a lot of wisdom from it, and you can allow yourself to be alone so that you can really get out of the emotional thick of it. Give yourself an emotional bird's eye view so that you can get clear about what you want to draw in, how you want to take advantage of Venus when those attraction powers come into your sign. And stuff's going to be coming in. You just got to make sure, Four of Pentacles, you're not being that little twat and are afraid to take your eyes off the present and actually grab it. Because there could be new stuff coming in for you. It's just I feel like you get to manifest a lot quicker than you think. You just got to be ready to receive it. Come Pisces season, come Pisces season, it's time to be arms out, you ready to receive. Not in Pisces season and we're doing the Pisces thing, we're going to be sad about what was and all this shit that happened and, take depression naps. And we're not doing that. So let this be the heads up. This is going to be a juicy plunge. Exclusive to Patreon. Patreon.com/justjeverything. I feel like there's definitely maybe someone with Cancer placements. Someone's getting over the issues with their mother, getting over the issues with, there may be some dogma or religious issues that are needing to be shed. Getting over this old emotional cycle. Promise I won't cry over spilled milk. Give me a paper towel. Give me another value. Give me another hour or 2 hour with you. Why you bother me when you know you don't want me? Why you bother me when you know you got a woman? I want to bop you in the head. It feels like if this is the answer to everything for you, Aquarius. Because some of you there are people around you that I feel like who have really been complaining about your demeanor, complaining about your disposition. complaining about you not being affectionate enough or warm enough. And it's like, you've got to access your fire within yourself before you can distribute it to anybody else. And that starts by way of being really quiet and meditative and honest about what you need to do to realign with your internal security system and your internal GPS system, so that that internal GPS system is guiding you efficiently, and the security system isn't just always engaged and blocking out and keeping you safe, you know? I love you. Let's get into this. Ooh, Jesus. All right, Aquarius, let's get into it. I want to start by clarifying the Emperor for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Aquarius season 2022. Happy birthday again. I want to point out all of the figures are solitary, so I do feel like this is a month to, it's your birthday, bitch, like prioritize yourself. I feel like it really can start with a bang and end with a bit of hyper emotionality. Or there may be something that comes up that really puts you in a very emotional or spiritual place, or a very like pensive sort of place. But I'd rather you allow yourself to align with your intuition rather than allow yourself to be guarded and miss what the divine has for you. So, the Emperor being the first card out, I feel like if you have tried some entrepreneurial pursuit and it didn't go through, dust your fucking self off and get back on the horse. There may be something about fathering coming in, a connection to your father, an ending of a cycle of communication or thought about your father, or maybe the father of your child, or a husband, or a boss. There may be some sort of family line being established or ended, or setting a direction or a tone in regards to your protection or defending yourself in some sort of way. You may be guiding someone, helping someone grow, really doing that for yourself, really honoring the balance of the divine masculine and feminine within you. This is a masculine sign. Aquarius is a masculine sign. This is a masculine season. So you may really start out the season in a very yang energy, and that really helps you. You may need that aggression, that assertion to help you lay to rest this old wounded version of yourself that thought this negatively about yourself, or thought this negatively about the world or about your future. And I feel like you're needing to lean into that very hyper masculine energy so you can like leap the hurdle over and or dig, your resurrect yourself up out of this and really get out of this kind of mental prison into this place of being celebrated for putting yourself out there, and being celebrated for your efforts, and celebrated for your pursuit of the things that you're passionate about. And whenever you have made this noticeable difference and you feel really confident and willing to be seen, and maybe there's some recognition that comes in, it puts you in a position of then being comfortable being receptive, because there are things to evaluate, reevaluate. There may be a new a love offer. I feel like some of you, this is like a love offer from the past that you declined, or you're just thinking about an old love or an old project, an old pursuit, or something of that nature. There may be somebody with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio placements reaching out to you, some sort of creative, like an influx of spiritual energy, an influx of creative energy. Really pay attention to what's going on in your dreams. Pay attention to what's going on with like the signs and wonders and whatnot. And it's going to really help you have a nice transition into Pisces season if you really end your season not being guarded, opening your heart for alignment. So, the Emperor. Please clarify the Emperor, because Aquarius season is going to really, it's time to make order or create order of the chaos, out of the chaos. You know, allowing yourself to be more like systemic. Getting organized. Like leaning into like discipline and structure and really getting comfortable exercising your authority. Getting comfortable like regulating your shit, establishing. It's time to establish some law and order, especially in your mind. Some of y'all just let yourself think all kinds of thoughts and worrying about all kinds of things, and then you're like, how the fuck did I manifest that? If you're thinking about, you know, the most, you know what I mean, like just like there is something about like getting out of this old mental prison. Some of you may have a father that really doesn't want to talk. I can't even get these cards to talk. The Emperor. There we go. Thank you. Yeah. There is definitely Nine of Swords. There is definitely a dark night of the soul happening in regards to a baby daddy, or you, how you showed up as a father, your connection to your father, maybe this connection to this Aries or Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I feel like if there's a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, you're needing to stand the fuck up for yourself. If there's someone with Aries or Scorpio placement that's being really dominating or being really like rude or mean in some sort of way, you are not to like, now is not the time for victim mode. Now is the time to create structure, create a plan so that you can get past this. If you're in an abusive situation, for some of you, I'm sorry to say this, is like now is not the time to process your feelings. Now is the time to process a plan. Orchestrate a game plan for yourself so that you can move forward, and then you can really lean into your feelings and ask yourself the hard questions and, you know, do the emotional inventory, starting with the 4, ending with the 4. Aquarius, this season is about foundations for you. What foundations are you setting up for yourself? What foundations have you set up for yourself? Because things want to change. The 9 to the 10. Things want to change. Anything else? Let's see if there's issues with the father. What's the advice for those who are struggling with issues with their father? 10 of Pentacles reversed. Goodness. So yeah, there's definitely this may be about money. This may be about pride, ego, the way the other family sees them. Or if there's issues with the father, that like someone may be having struggles at work or struggles with their other family or their family or something of that nature. And it's just like there could be a lack of, some people, your father may have like financial issues or health issues that are causing them to snap or be sharp or something. Or you're needing to really, if you're concerned about your father's health, I feel like prioritize going to see them or take care of them in some sort of way, possibly. King of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, there's stuff going on. Some of you may really need to figure out what you want to do for work. You may be experiencing a lot of financial abundance, but things may get weird for a while. There may be a boss that you don't like. You may need to go back to school, or you may need to get out of this relationship. Look at all these like lines. There's a lot of like imprisonment, restriction. I mean, Saturn is in your sign. So I do feel like there is this need to like get real comfortable with what feels like a limitation. Why does that feel like a limitation? I feel like a lot of you, the issues that you're having, the answer is in information. The answer is in innovation. Some of you may need to go back to school to create something that you're wanting, and that could be the disconnect between you and your father. But I do feel like information, communication is the way to resolve the existing conflict. Some of you may be really thinking about, or you may have felt like you failed some sort of entrepreneurial pursuit, or you let down your boss or something. And it's just like, you know, don't be a groupie, keep it moving. There's nothing to be all this like emotional about. Separate business from personal stuff. I feel like there is this, it's like right now, I hope you know there's like no such thing as failure. Like you've got to learn the things that you've got to learn. You know what I mean? And situations will deepen and more information and ideas will come to light if you rise to the occasion and rise to your power. Powerful people may notice you. There is the opportunity for a stable future coming in. You will be fine. You will have the ability to stabilize from the 4 to the 5. But you've got to stay in motion. You may want to cry, and this is going to be different for all of you. You may want to fall apart, but you don't get to fall apart right now. There's going to be a time for that, and that'll be in Pisces season, I feel like, for you guys. And I feel like the way that you respond now is really going to make for a more comfortable, introspective summer. Cancer season, I feel like it's going to be very impactful for you, Aquarius. I don't want to ask this, but I mean, I guess we got time. Fuck it. It's your birthday. What's the advice for if they're dealing with an Aries? Yeah, I feel like everybody needs their own time and space. Like, that person just needs space. I feel like you need space. Everybody may be being a little bit too polite. Maybe somebody with Gemini or Virgo placements that is involved in this somehow. And I just feel like whatever, if something's over, let it be fucking over. Please clarify the 10 of Swords. Whoa. Please clarify the 10 of Swords. Oh, crap. My company just showed up. All right, I'll be right back. All right, Aquarius, let's hop back into it, coming at this shit with fresh eyes. There may be someone with Aries, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius placements that something is just done or over, or you have like reached the end of this chapter in your connection, especially if it was restrictive. There may be someone with fatherly figure or a boss or an authority, an uncle, a dad, a baby daddy, a husband, someone that has, and it doesn't have to be a man, but this is indicative of masculine energy. There could be someone that identifies as feminine or as a female with hyper masculine energy as well. And there's just something, it's just like, I'll be moving on. Moving on. All right. And so either way, Aquarius, it just feels like something's over. Please clarify the 10 of Swords for Aquarius. Sun, Moon, and Rising. For Aquarius season 2022. This very doubtful, insecure version of yourself, I feel like, is really coming to an end, because Emperor being that first card out, you're really redefining yourself, reconnecting with yourself. Yes, I just saw the Queen of Wands. There's definitely someone with fire placements that it's over with, or someone that there is some authority with. Someone that had some authority over you in some way, or behaved that way, or maybe you gave them some sort of authority over you, and I feel like that's shifting because you are finally coming into that Queen of Wands power. You are feeling yourself, feeling attractive, feeling upbeat, and I feel like ready to wield your physical, spiritual, and sexual energy way more wisely than you ever did before. Yeah, you're out here ready to find a flow. Ready to tap into multiple streams of income, maybe ready to play the field, done being or feeling like somebody's option. And you decide to, or if there is a question, don't be a groupie, keep it moving. Please clarify the 6 of Wands for Aquarius, because there are, I feel like, opportunities out here to really get yourself seen, but you got to turn away from the conflict. A lot of you, this could be something like financially, or this could be in the realm of your career. which makes sense, Aquarius. Uranus is about to go direct in Taurus, and so value, money, your possessions, all of those things are on your mind and are becoming a priority even more than they already have been. And I feel like some of you are getting pushed out of your comfort zone in some sort of way. And that may mean like leaving a job or leaving these situations where you already felt left out. Some of you, it's like you're turning away. If you choose to leave whatever feels like a trauma bond, or it's like you could be in a room full of these people and you still feel alone, or you could just be having one-on-one time with this person and you still feel alone. There's something about being on the outside of, or feeling like you're on the outside. For some of you, this is turning away from family drama. This card is rooted in excommunication. So some of you may be like getting fired, or you're ready to quit, ready to leave because you have finally tapped into some entrepreneurial pursuit. You're done being afraid, done talking shit to yourself, and you're ready to move forward and really allow yourself to honor the internal guidance that is leading you away from this old emotional and spiritual foundation. I'm going to bring you something new, some new idea, new creativity, new replenishment in life. So I just want to ask, what does Aquarius need to be? Let's get clear. What are they turning their back on? What does Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising need to turn their back on? Some of you may be going towards a Cancer or a mother figure. I feel like there's definitely like parenting or mother wounds, parenting, adversity or situations or a difference of opinion. Maybe you're in a point in your relationship where you realize you don't want to, you're worried about being a parent. Yeah, there's definitely a Cancer around. Both the Cancer cards are here. So what you're needing to turn your back on, for some of you, it's a Cancer, or like striving so hard for something. Maybe, I feel like also some of you have done this already and you're like, you've unsubscribed from the struggle and like you're turning, like whatever it is. Some of you, it's like you've been fighting and fighting and fighting, and it's time to turn your back on whatever you've been striving for that you already know is toxic and imbalanced. Some of y'all just been fighting this fight just because, like, ooh, sorry. I'm not even going to say that. It's like fighting actually, okay, I have to. It's like fighting a fight because someone told you that these were your values to stay in this relationship, or these were your values to stay in your job. Oh, because let's say, for example, we're Catholic, we don't get divorced. That some shit like that. Like, it's time for you to really, like, stop fighting the natural tide and flow of things. Because with the High Priestess coming out, there is going to be some, like, well, honestly, that and the Emperor, it's time to fucking regulate. Like, it's time to get a regimen. It's time to, like, get on. And also, actually, some of you may be tired of rules other people have imposed on you. Maybe that's what I'm saying. I feel like some of you have had, like, rules or standards or traditions imposed on you, and now you're like, nah, something is off, and I'm really ready to, like, be guided by my own moral compass. I'm really ready to, like, assess whatever is going on subconsciously with me, because this doesn't fucking vibe. Something doesn't vibe with you, and you're needing to maybe get non-active, like withdraw your fucking involvement for a while. You know, let things proceed without you trying to manipulate them or steer things in a certain situation. How does your life go when this person isn't around trying to manipulate or steer the situation? Whatever, something is coming up, and I feel like you guys are wanting to really, like, move forward. Yes, do that, but also give yourself a semblance of a fucking game plan. And you can do that. I feel like you'll be able to really receive the divine game plan and the divine download by seeking the guidance from within. It's time to trust that inner voice. Pay attention to your dreams. You know, being really aware that there's, like, a whole nother, like, way bigger picture and larger reality than like being in love or being this successful or being whatever it is for you. It's time to like lean into the mystery. Look beyond the obvious. Please clarify the High Priestess. Because it's time to like open, she opens herself to the unknown, and it's like it's time to open yourself up to this, the hidden. Acknowledge the shadow. It's no it's no coincidence, excuse me, that both the Cancer cards have the light and the dark represented, because one cannot exist without the fucking other. And you shoving down and repressing your emotions is how people get sick, honestly. And so the shadow that's going to get you in motion needs some light shined on it. And the light that you are so quick to project and to display can get shrouded in darkness if the balance is not achieved. And the balance may need to be achieved by way of you slowing down, staying non-active, maybe putting yourself in timeout or taking some major time to yourself so you can really reflect on this old emotional foundation and move forward. Please clarify the High Priestess. The Ace of Swords reverse and the Knight of Cups. Okay, some of y'all, I feel like someone's been disrespectful. Someone's been really fucking controlling. There have been conversations that have just gone out of hand. I don't know why. This just pissed me off. Judgment at the bottom of the deck. Where it's just like, don't talk to my fucking friend like that. Or like, this just feels disrespectful. Some of you may be sensing that someone that you just broke up with is pursuing someone else. Maybe your mom is pursuing someone else. Maybe somebody with Cancer placements is finally pursuing someone else. Don't ignore your intuition. Some of you, it's just like you feeling all hot in the body, and the divine already told you that you don't need to be out here trying to date or get anything wet yet. Like, calm the fuck down. So don't ignore your intuition, because I feel like some of you are, and there's that, and then there's others of you who I feel like are really needing to go into High Priestess mode so that you can process some of the hateful, I didn't even mean to say hateful. I meant to say hurtful, and hateful came out. So for some of you, there have been some hateful or really, really hurtful words, like the line has been crossed, the boundary has been met, you done found out where your fucking line is. Don't be a groupie, keep it fucking moving. The divine is like, oh, you're going to ignore these red flags like over and over? Okay, so we're going to make it impossible. And you're really going to have to choose to rise up from the ashes so that you can allow yourself to create the safe space that you're needing to get into High Priestess mode and pull these swords out of your heart. Reach for your crown back so that you can get back into flow. There may be somebody with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio placements that has said some of these hurtful things, or you're hearing things through the grapevine, or I feel like it could be a Scorpio that just comes in and is like, listen, baby, like this is what it is. Yeah, it's like time to redirect your energy and process these emotions and really transmute this pain into wisdom so that you're not sitting around and so that you don't enter Pisces season guarded and depressed and unaware of what the divine is trying to tell you and give you. Some of you, I feel like it's like you cannot it's time to armor up. And that's what this the Chariot card is about. I feel like some of you are needing to go inward, or you're needing to move away from this toxic situation so that you can successfully proceed to figure out how to properly arm yourself with the spirit, arm yourself with divine righteousness, divine justice, how to really figure out like your shit. And you get to the point where nobody can't tell you shit about yourself. You know what I mean? It's time for you. And whenever you spend time in that shadow, when you spend time disconnecting and laying this version of you to rest that's been so wounded, that's been so hurt, when you spend time honoring that version of you that survived all this, it gives you armor. Look at how the shadow is reflected. He's got light and dark armor. And so it gives you I just heard sticks and stones will break my bones, but words can never hurt me. It's weird. It's like you start to armor up and become impenetrable by these low vibrational ass conversations and people. And if it's not you, flip it. But I feel like there are some of you may find like you are saying hateful shit. You are saying hurtful shit. You have to pull back. You may be seeing hurt people. So you may be noticing that, oh shit, I'm doing some of the things that maybe my father did, or I'm doing some of the things that I witnessed in my childhood, or I'm displaying the attributes of my cold mother or my really mean dad, and I did everything in my power to not become them, and now I'm here, or I've done that thing. So that could be something that's coming up, and you're really needing to allow yourself some alone time so that you can process and cut the cords of these toxic cycles and generational fucking bindings that have been going on. It's time to get off the fence, make the decision to get off autopilot and let all of you live. Every cell needs to come back to life. And you can do that by way of getting yourself free from whatever this is, however this manifests. Please clarify the Four of Cups. Final card. Final message to Page of Swords. And then something else fell out. Eight of Pentacles. Nice. With the Queen of Cups on the bottom of the deck. You gotta really... This is like... Aquarius season. It's interesting because you're... Happy birthday. And it feels like you're just really preparing for Pisces season. I feel like there are big shifts coming for you. Big emotional, romantic, spiritual shifts coming for Pisces season that you're needing to clear out the clutter. It's like time to clear out, drop it in the closet, like get out the fucking closet. Whatever secrets that you're keeping are gonna make you sick. Don't hold on to that shit. Don't keep it in your body. There is this need to let yourself take the high road with yourself, so that you can have healthier communications with others, especially if it's at work. Some of you just may need a fucking vacation so that you don't pop off at these people at work. Give yourself a break. But I also feel like it's so much deeper than that. This old emotion, this emotional cycle, this emotional foundation that you've built, it's like the divine's like, yo, there's an upgrade. So it's like from the mouths of babes. There may be some really like maybe hurtful or truthful thing that a child says. Listen to the fucking children. Listen to your children. Like pay attention. It's time to like tune in. I feel like you may notice a shift in your child's demeanor, and that's not to be ignored. It's not just puberty or them growing up or something. It's like it's time to really start focusing, minding your business, nose to the grindstone, so that you can rebuild, try again, and strive for a different, higher, more productive level of emotional maturity. And that looks like you turning your back on survival mode and whoever and whatever has kept you in this very toxic or turbulent situation. It's turning your back. The emotional maturity is gained by turning your back, and leaning towards originality, you doing it your way. Some of you are meant to be working for yourselves, and there's some side hustle that you need to go inward and spend some time with the divine in, so you can cultivate it in the spirit, and therefore it can trickle down into the fucking physical. I can. There you are, baby. Happy birthday. You got to go through this, but it's going to be so fucking worth it, because you're going to get out of your comfort zone and progress. I love you. You got this.